Hello everyone, let's go to the 105th example. Create a structure represent a student's data with the enrollment number, the name, the first test grade, the second test grade, and the third next text grade. Next, the first task for us is to enter the data of 5 students. In this case, I will read just 2, just to represent that the code is function. The second task is to find the student with the highest score in the first test, printing his full name and the grade with 2 decimal places. The third task is to find the students with the highest overall average, print his full name followed by the average with 2 decimal places. And the fourth task is to printing a list of enrollment number and the name, also saying whether each student was approved or failed, considering at least 6% of the average for approval. So, let's go to the program and see what is happening here. First of all, I am including the library stdio.h, which allows us to print messages on the screen and use a lot of functions on C language. Other functions, a lot of is, I think, is a huge word. And I am also include the string.h, which allow us to use string functions such as strlen to read the length of our string and others. I am including the typedef struct with the student with 2 array of chars, 1 for the enrollment number and 1 for the name, and 3 float variables for the first grade, the second grade, and the third grade. And every time I call students, we'll have these 3 variables, 6 variables. No, it's 3 variables but 5 values. So I am including the student A with n places, int I, idx starts with 0, and the float average, grade, and the biggest. So this for loop is to read all the students' data. With the I starts with 0, the I has to be slower than n, and every time this for loop runs, the value of I will be increased by 1. This printf is asking to you to enter your enrollment number, and this space here is to certify that I will not reading anything of the last reading. So the A in the position I with the enrollment number. So we have a student A in the position I with enrollment number, with name, and with 3 grades. As you can see, I am asking to enter your name and a space. This percentage parenthesis upper slash n will read everything for your keyboard instead of the enter, and A in the position I, name will be storage in this place, and this printf is asking to you to enter 3 grades, the percentage F, percentage F, percentage F. So A in the position I, the first grade, A in the position I, second grade, and A in the position I, third grade. Here I am searching for the biggest grade in the first test, so the grade will be equal to A in the position 0, the first grade. And this for loop has the same parameters of this one, and also this one too, and also this one too. All the for loops has the same parameters. And if the A in the position I, the first grade, is bigger than the grade that I set, the biggest grade will be equal to A in the position I, number 1. The idx will be equal to I, just to me print the other, for example here, I have to call the name of this guy. So I am storaging, I think is a good word, the place of this grade, this biggest grade, and printing the A idx name. So this printf will print the biggest grade in the text 1 is percentage .2f, which gives you 2 decimal places, the grade, and the name of the guy. Here I am searching the student with the highest average. So the biggest will be equal to average. So I am just setting the value to 0. I could do here just to be more clear, but no big difference. And the index is equal to 0 again. I will reuse this variable. So the 4 has the same parameters. The average will be equal to the first grade plus the second grade plus the third grade divided by 3. And if the biggest is lower than the average, the biggest will be equal to the average and the index will be stored. So what is happening here? I am calling if the biggest is lower than the current average. So if it is true, I will change the biggest average to the current average, and the index of this average. And here I am making the average equal to 0 to read the next values. In this printf, you just print the biggest average with the percentage s, the name of the guy, with the index, and the value of the biggest grade. And here I am checking if the students get the minimum average. So the same parameters for the 4, I am calculating the average with the first grade, the second grade, and the third grade, dividing by 3. And if the average is lower than 6, this printf will print disapprove, and with the enrollment number and the name. And this printf will print approved if this else will print approved with the enrollment number and the name. So let's go to the terminal and see what is happening here. Enter your enrollment number 12. My name is Rodrigo, and enter your 3 grades. So my first grade is 1.5. My second grade 5.6, and the last grade is 9.8. So now I am asking another student's data, 15. The name is Pedro. 3 grades. So Pedro took 1.2, 3.2, and 10. So as you can see, right here, the biggest grade in the first task is 1.5, Rodrigo. The biggest average is Rodrigo, value 5.3. And Rodrigo and Pedro is disapproved because we don't have the minimum average of 60%. So thank you for your attention. Link for the script is on the video description, and subscribe for regular content.